Now is the time in our service that things, time, efforts, talents, spirit, and money. We share with this fellowship and for the needs of the fellowship, but we also share for our greater community beyond these walls. You may contribute today to the fellowship or to our social action offering recipient for September, which is Free Again Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Information about the group is in your order of service and this morning's email. Checks should be made payable to CUF, and you can also donate online via PayPal. The link is in the chat and in your order of service. Use the check memo area or the note area in PayPal if you wish to specify a contribution to Free Again. Also remember that your spare change makes a difference. All the coins collected during the offering are sent to the UUA Annual Program Fund, which provides important resources to UU congregations, including this one. Please join me now in our unison offering reading printed in your order of service and on the screen. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. Your contributions in all forms are gratefully received. Thank you, Pat. Well, it is time for our water service. I'm so excited. I love this part of the service. Just a moment. There it is. I found it. The annual water ceremony comes at the beginning of our monthly theme of building belonging. How appropriate. The water communion itself is a powerful symbol of building and belonging, of how we are present in this moment together. Though in different spaces, it is a symbol of unity in a world of division, shifting our perspective from what we fear to what we welcome. We are joining together with a new flow, moving from surviving to thriving as a faith community. We each bring our bodies, minds, and spirits to create and recreate this congregation, symbolized by the water procession. Our water procession will alternate between online and in person, and I think that it will be easiest if we come down the center aisle. You will have an opportunity to speak about where your water has been brought from and a brief explanation of that. If you did not bring water, fear not. We have water. So Laura is going to help me after she presents, and we will supply the water for you. So I'm going to bring the microphone down now, and Jean and Laura will be our first, and then I have brought my water.
I am using plain old tap water because we have it in these states, and it is so important to our vitality, our life, and our going on.
So this is rainwater that fell last week. We haven't had very much fall in a long time, and we could use more. But this is from my rain gauge. It's been around millions and millions of years, of course, but it decided to fall into my rain gauge this past week.
And I brought water from the Yakima River in Washington State and Lake Charlevoix in Michigan, and it represents family and love. Is there anyone online? Okay. You're welcome to come down. Yes.
Eric Terrell again. So this water came from Murdale across the street from our new Forever House. So I brought this today in honor of water and being here in Cuff.
This water represents the cool, deep blue water of Crater Lake, Oregon.
This water represents the waterfall at Fern Cliff that John and I like to sit by so often when it's flowing.
This will represent ordinary tap water, and we share it in the spirit of belonging and history.
This water is from my garden hose, and I bring it with the spirit of peace and new beginnings.
Well, this water is from our well. I live on a piece of land that has the blessing of having its own well. We don't have to answer to anybody for it. It's clean, pure, and no chlorine.
This water is from the north side of Rocky Mountain National Park, if you've ever been there, near Craig, and so I've borrowed it from the wilderness. Save some.
Our water represents friendship and love. I always carry water with me wherever I go. I went out the door last night without water and ended up at an event that only had alcohol, which I can't have. And my friend Kamea went around and asked everybody if they had water. And she found water, and she brought it to me when I was thirsty. It means a lot.
My water is from the pond in my backyard, which I share with 8-ish goldfish, lots of frogs, lots of dragonflies, hummingbirds. The birds splash in the waterfall, and it's my haven and my lovely place, so it's from my pond.
My name is Susan Lutton, and I recovered from heart surgery this summer. One of the few activities I did was learning how to kayak at Cedar Lake, which is down the lane from my house.
This water represents patience and compassion for the feral cat that I'm making sure has clean water as I patiently bring it closer and closer. And the miracle of the cat who we live to serve is now kind and wants to have this cat in our family.
Like others, this is common tap water, but this water gave me joy this week because I have a prairie blazing star that I started to water a couple of weeks ago. It's covered with blooms, and now I have monarchs, and I leave them a little puddle on the landscape rocks, and now we have rain. So it's the intermittent web. Oh, and thank you, Rhonda, for returning my cup, which I persistently lose, but since it was a gift from my sister and it has my name on it, it always finds its...
Charles and I brought water from St. Augustine, Florida, which is our very favorite place to go. His is from the Fountain of Youth, which we finally went to after 40 years of going down there. And I credit it for remembering to bring the water from Crescent Beach, which is our favorite place to stay.
And might I say, you're looking very stylish and young. Okay. Oh.
We're going to, this water, there's a hair, sorry y'all. Okay, this water I'm pouring in is representative of water from the St. Louis Metropolitan Water District because I spent a lot of time at Barnes over this summer, and I feel like very grateful for that spot.
Blessed be. This water represents gratitude for clean water, for all of the people with the courage and fortitude to be water protectors, and for the flow of emotion. Blessed be.
This water will represent the water from the now drained lake, Little Grassy Lake, my favorite place in the world where I learned to swim and where I built so many of my values that I carry with me today. So little grassy.
So this water comes from our backyard pond. Beth, Evie, and I gathered it this morning, so it's not clean. But that's part of the enjoyment, as we love to go out there, we love to watch the animals, so it's simultaneously fun water and also kind of relaxing water.
I brought water from the tap at our house where we raised both of our children and built our little family. So our water represents the love that overflows from our home.
This water that I brought is the same as all of your water. It's the blood of God.
Thank you, August.
I'm Roy, and this represents water from our Cuff kitchen used to make our magic and sacred coffee and tea each morning.
Well, as a former competitive swimmer, I've spent a lot of time in water. But this water that I'm going to pour represents all the water in the solar system that we know of and that once existed. So not only the water on Earth, but the oceans that used to be on Mars, and the water that is currently, and ice, water and ice that currently covers the moon of Jupiter called Europa, which we're sending a probe to look and see if there's life underneath that ice.
This water is from the tap at my new house that I now own, my very first house that I own. And so it represents my hopes and dreams.
Our water is also from our home, our well, and we pour it in the spirit of family and making a home.
Hi, everybody. This water is from the Cuff Kitchen. I've been in the waters from the Yukon River down to the Gulf of Mexico, from the Pacific to the Atlantic. And while water holds life, the water right here is what holds my heart.
This water represents the water from the Green Earth properties and that Miriam and I so enjoy and take pictures of, and so the water that nourishes the Green Earth.
I have a gallon glass bottle that used to hold tomato juice from 1945 that I inherited from my great-grandmother, and I collect rainwater in it every time it rains, and I keep it set in the window whenever it's a full moon or a new moon, and I also have special stones in it. And the water, I took a little water out of it this morning to bring here to add to this. So this is my magical moon water.
Hi, I'm Jody Ruffner. It's my husband Charles. For me, this water, I'm going to borrow water. This water represents a really significant summer in so many ways for us. So it represents tears that myself and husband and children shared at saying goodbye to my parents at a memorial service at the beginning of the summer, and then the rain and the ocean from the Burren in County Clare in Ireland. And then at the end, oh yes, of course. And then Lake Michigan, where we dropped our daughter off for grad school. So now we're officially empty nesters. And then culminating almost in a just accidental watercolor exhibit that my husband and I happened upon in Chicago that, it all kind of represents to me kind of coming to terms with a lot of different things in life in general, and also just gratitude for the life that I'm able to live.
I'm going to pour this water as a wish that we can all find some moments of peace and contentment in the upcoming year.
So Eric brought in water from our tap at our house, and this is our filtered drinking water, which we go to great lengths to have the cleanest water that we can as part of our healthcare protocols in remaining cancer-free. And where water is clean, all things thrive. So I bless this water with that as well.
Is there anyone online?
Hi, Joyce Shepherd here. This water represents travel for me early in the summer, and then which also represents family and good times and lots of memories made, and then healing.
We have gathered our water and our spirits in communion for the coming year, renewing our connection and commitment to each other and this fellowship. We'll share most of the communion water with our plants and trees and save a little bit for future baby dedications, pond water and all. The water heals and nourishes. May it help us remember how we are, as a faith community, we heal and nurture each other. May it help us remember this moment of invitation to belonging.
Feel free to hum a drone, a note, if you can find a note, hum along.
I don't want to break this feeling. It's just such a wonderfully comfortable, cleansed feeling. Thank you, Pat. I would like to thank everyone now who made this service possible, which includes everyone here, all of you, and all of you on Zoom. Thanks to Jean, Rhonda, and the Healthy Congregations team, Laura as well for your help, our musicians, Pat York and the Cuff Choir. Max, who did a fabulous job on AV. Miriam and Don for greeting, and all who feel free. Yeah, you did. You applauded. I loved it. Yes, wonderful. I want to share with you that we will be meeting after the service with some of the board members and some of the shared ministry members if you would like to discuss the search for our new minister and find out what has transpired so far, and we welcome your input and your ideas. So please rise now as you are willing and able, and hold hands or hold your palms out for our benediction. It's entitled "The Welcome We Extend" by Reverend Michelle Collins. As we leave this sacred hour, may the welcome we received become the welcome we extend. Let us meet the world with open hearts, open hands, and the audacity to build spaces where every soul feels at home. Blessed be, amen. Go in peace with love for justice.
Martha?